Hey, get it! Ah.
You don't want me for the pack of wood. Pack of wood will kill me. Be like you kill me. You be putting that rope around my neck yourself. What you think you is, a hound dog? Pack of wood say go fetch, you fetch. You see me hang, you gonna know. You gonna know you kill a black brother. Cicero! Mayhaps I could have got away on beat for you catching me. You remember that. You remember that all day. You killed me. You remember that. You killed me. Niggas like you just prove what the Peckerwoods say. We just beasts, willing to do anything, kill each other. No mind, no feelings.
Shut up, nigger.
Leastwise, I ain't gonna die like you gonna die, like a slave. I ain't giving no lifetime of misery and sweat to this Peckerwood. I'd rather die than be a slave. You Peckerwood, that's right. You Peckerwoods was oppressed in your own land. We was free. And you brought us here, in chains. Well, now we here, and you just better know. This is just as much our land as it is yours. And after you hang me, kiss my ass.
All right. Welcome to the beatzillapdx official show. How's everybody doing? Ooh, I don't like how my voice is sounding. It sounds deep. I need to fix that. Yeah, that was definitely a sad film. I wanted to start off with that, though, making sure that this clip was more about the spirit of Cicero. See, sometimes freedom is death. And in his case, that was the situation. So once again, welcome to the beatzillapdx official show. I am beatzillapdx officially. And this is how we do things here. This is one of those spaces that definitely promote foundational Black Americans and everything we deal with. And of course, across the diaspora, but mainly here, foundational Black Americans. I'm going to try and see if I could fix this sound. Let me try something real quick, because this is killing me. Okay, maybe that helped. Hopefully so. All right. Okay, let's see what we got in here. Conscious Outlaw, Queen Athea, Tim Samore, Black Gravity, Bugines, Judah Queen, Oyela Arquette, Silent D, Viewer One. Welcome. All right. Y'all was in the chat early today. How y'all doing? It is good to be here. So, as you see, the topic of this show is the projection Olympics. And, we saw so much, should I say, pandering over the weekend. And I'm going to talk about a few things I noticed and observed. One being, we knew that getting Juneteenth passed as a national holiday really wasn't going to be any big benefit. You know what? This thing, let me do something real quick about this sound, and I will be right back. Let me fix this because okay. Can y'all hear me now? Please tell me if you can hear me. Let's see. Hopefully. Can y'all hear me? Put a one in the, let me know in the chat if y'all can hear my sound. Because I had to change something here. Okay, cool. I'm glad. Okay, so it's working on that end. Let me get this sound going on mine. Hopefully that fixed that that witness protection sound that they had in my voice. I can't stand it. And it just kills me when I hear the playback and my voice is all deep, like, you know, I just came out of hiding or something. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. All right. So with that being said, let me just plug in here. Okay. So with that being said, like I said, we saw so much co-opting going on this weekend with the Juneteenth and Father's Day. Something that was interesting, you know, we knew that there were going to be quite a bit of, you know, money made on the Juneteenth thing, which we already saw so many ads. I mean, they had whole campaigns ready to go. So as soon as it was a holiday officially, then, you know, the sprint to get the Juneteenth ad specials was a goal. And I mean, it's just amazing to see how fast the hustle began on our holiday. One that we didn't ask for, mind you. And even think of this. Y'all remember, for those on my Twitter and for those who are on my Twitter and my Facebook, I asked the question last week, early last week. My question was, Black Democrats, what does 2022 look like for y'all? And the next thing you know, out of nowhere, we have Juneteenth as a national holiday. Imagine that. So, you know, this is one of the things that we have to pay attention to. See, they pay attention to us more than we'll ever know, because they hold the control of the mechanism of their access to us. This being one of the mediums that they can use to understand where we're coming from and what we're saying. But also, with that being said, it lets us know the pressure. I could take these off, matter of fact. It lets us know that the pressure we have been applying to these people as grassroots in the new Black media, being able to communicate and stay on our own square, especially in these public spaces, speaking our actual truth without projecting. You know what I mean? It has presented them with a force that they have to address, and that force is us. We are quite very much that. You know, we are that force that will not go away. Because the truth is the truth. And the truth is this place has been founded on the blood, sweat, and tears of foundational Black Americans, definitely the blood of the Native Americans, made the Native Americans, the $5 Indians, separate themselves from the Aboriginal Black Native Americans, just so they could get paid off. So, you know, the love of money is the root of all evil. And how true is it? How true it is. How true it is. I mean, because think of all of these people we have out here right now that are more than happy to sell us up the river. And I hate to say it, but with the whole Juneteenth thing, that was just atrocious. I mean, that was just totally atrocious. And to watch all of them folks up there just so proud and happy that, you know, y'all see us. They've been seeing you. Have y'all seen the staff that works at the White House? The most place to where it is the most throwback. Just look at the staff at the White House. I mean, that looks like an old plantation. All the butlers and maids are Black. I mean, have y'all ever noticed that? Like, if y'all see the people who work at the White House, come on, man. The butler. We're dignified to serve and be servants, ain't we? How about you flip that? Now, what if I did a Black wedding where all the white folks were dressed like slaves and servers and servants, and I'm going to throw a wedding for my son? You think that would go over well? You'd have people calling the police. Oh, we got to stop this. Because as they see it, you let one of us do it, then we'll all start doing it. That's why they don't honor our ability of self-preservation. So if we choose to save our own lives against a wannabe white supremacist, then we're in the wrong. People actually teach their children that. Now, I definitely taught my children how the system works, but I also showed them their own value and worth. And their own value and worth does not come from anybody outside of us. I'll tell you that now. You dig? Let me show you all this. So, I want to get into talking on the topic of projection. There's always someone out there who can blatantly display their anger, but it's always conveniently never located around us. You know, sometimes in isolated incidents it can be. They like to see soft targets. So this is one of those times when this is in my state. Now, of course, where this is nowhere near the city. So this is obviously in the outskirts somewhere. Let me pull this up. So share this guy. You know, because we have a lot of those 3%ers here. If you've never ever noticed, look at the back of all of those Proud Boys shirts and all of that. All of them are from here. They're all from here. But notice how you don't ever see them running up on Black folks here. Black Gravity in the chat, you from here, so you already know we don't see them.
Thank you. Pick it up. Yeah, take a picture. Fuck Antifa, bro.
You said that,
Yeah, really. Fuck Antifa! Fuck Antifa! Yeah. Bring it. Bro, you don't want none of me. You want some of me, bro? Go ahead. Do you? Do you want some of me? Wait, let me get my mask on. Get your mask on, bro. Like I need your fucking mask. You want some of me, bro? You want some of me? Go ahead.
Help! I'm being
Go ahead.
assaulted!
You want some of me, motherfucker? You want some? Bring
I
it,
just
dude.
got some.
Bring it. Bring it,
Right,
bitch.
Black Gravity.
Get the fuck away from me.
I must
Get the
stand
fuck
here with
away
your
from me.
fucking sign. You're the one.
Don't attack me, bro. Don't
No.
attack me.
Then he a victim.
You talking to me? Fuck you. Suck my dick, bitch. Right here. Come on, get the fuck out of here, motherfucker. Come on, what are you gonna do, bro? You fucking nuts.
Hey, bro.
Yep, we're white supremacists. Yep, we are.
You hear that?
Look at his sparkling helmet.
These damn people really love us.
Yeah.
They really love America. Really? That's a fucking lie. You don't even know what communist means.
You don't know what Antifa means.
Because you don't want to
Yeah,
fly
and Antifa means the exact fucking opposite, bro. The exact fucking opposite. I don't need nobody telling me my black life matters. I already fucking know it, dummy.
Did I say Black Lives Matter?
That is the best. These are all best. He's a better. Yeah.
Welcome to Oregon, folks. These are the people in my neighborhood, in my neighborhood, in my neighborhood. This is what I've grown up with. And see, this is the one thing with what we're seeing right now. The big problem that they are having is that right there is on main stage in the world right now. And they can't take it. But this is the truth of it. Oh, I think somebody got it. Yeah, I think somebody got that silent. Snow roaches. And again, for me, when we talk about white supremacists, not everybody with white skin is a white supremacist. So understand my position. We here at the beatzillapdx official show strictly judge people on the content of their character. If that evil supremacist character, demonic lion spirit, happens to be wrapped and cloaked in white skin, well, then so it is. But it was not about your color. It's about who you are. PSA from Beatzilla. Now, moving on. With that being said, I just want to say, well, man, when we're talking about critical race truthology, we have to look at how, for instance, how we raise our children. See, the thing about it is, if you are already teaching your children to hate, as they so often like to say, you got to teach kids to hate themselves, and they're not going to be secure about feeling white. Well, we could see something here in this next video, which I'm sure somebody knows what I'm about to play. You got to, let's see, where is this at? Ah, there we are. So, we talk about not wanting kids being taught this, and some kids is, the racism is taught. Hate is taught. We just, for sake of argument, if someone is born under a certain sexual preference, then couldn't somebody be born naturally hateful? This is rule of theory. I mean, maybe I'm reaching. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, so just a common sense.
The other day I was walking down the hallway at Lakeview Elementary School to give a teacher a retiring gift. I looked up onto the wall and saw a BLM poster and an Amanda Gorman poster. In case you don't know who that chick is, she's some girl who...
I'm going to start back over for a minute, but I just wanted to stop right there. How disrespectful this little girl is. If you don't know who that chick is, if you don't sit your little young ass down, shut your 9-year-old ass up. Number one, who are you talking about an adult like that? And they out here trying to praise this? This is what they teaching their kids. You don't want your kids to know about them? Any black person getting out there, like, of course, we saw that other cornball get up there talking, oh, this is wrong. Stop. I'm a doctor. I got 2 medical degrees. Cut it out. And you still a Sambo, tap dancing ass coon. Good going. So let's just rewind this little disrespectful girl here. This future Karen, this moving into Becky. You know, right now she's just a little Jenny. So we'll call her Jenny for now.
Here again. The other day I was walking down the hallway at Lakeview Elementary School to give a teacher a retiring gift. I looked up onto the wall and saw a BLM poster and an Amanda Gorman poster. In case you don't know who that chick is, she's some girl who did a poem at Biden's so-called inauguration. I was so mad. I was told 2 weeks ago at this very meeting spot, no politics in school. I believed what you said at this meeting. So at lunch, I went up to my principal to tell him about the BLM poster and that I wanted it down. He said it's not coming down. I was like, yeah, it is, because the school board said on May 25th, no BLM or politics in school. He said, that's weird. They were the ones who made them. I was stunned. When I was here 2 weeks ago, you told us to report any BLM in our schools. Apparently, you know they're in our schools because you made the signs. I said there should be no BLM in schools, period. It does not matter the color you make the posters and the font you use. We all understand the meaning. It is a political message about getting rid of police officers, rioting, burning buildings down while King Governor Welch just sits on his throne and watches. We all know. Changing the font or the color of posters does not change the meaning. I am 9 years old and I know that. You expect me to believe that you did not know what you were doing by making these posters? Come on, people. I do not judge people by the color of their skin. I don't really care what color their hair, skin, or eyes is. I judge by the content or the way they treat me.
Oh, boy.
MLK said, I have a dream that one day my 4 little children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. That dream has come true. I do not care or look at the color of skin, but you make me think of it. I have Asian, Mexican, white, Chinese, black friends, and I don't care. I like them because some of them make me laugh, some are sweet and kind, sporty, or share the love of God. They are just my friends. You have lied to me, and I am very disappointed in all of you. You cannot even follow your own rules. If you're going to do that, why do we follow any rules you deem to be ridiculous? I'm not following your mask rule anymore then. Get the posters out of our schools. Courage is contagious, so be courageous.
Ooh, wow. Okay, so of course we can definitely just assume that that whole speech was written by an adult. That much we can bank on. You know, that is definitely clear. But with that being said, just okay, if she could get out there and parrot that, then I think we're gonna have to revisit something today. Do y'all remember I played that Daughters of the Confederacy? How they tried to basically reshape the idea and how the Civil War is, and they're also the ones that formed to protect those statues. So again, going back into the projection thing, this little girl is starting early with the white supremacist deception tactic, because what she just said was a damn lie. None of it was true. And Black Lives Mattering is not a political statement. To say someone lives matter, if you even are somewhat confused at when a life matters, well, then you're the damn devil. Go tell your mama I said that. Ooh-wee. Walled garden white supremacists. Ooh, Lord. Silent D. Oh, man. I mean, but just what's she mad at? You 9 years old. If you don't know who this chick is. So obviously her parents was hell of upset about Amanda Gorman, you know, with them whack poems that she was reading. I mean, hey, I'm not an Amanda Gorman fan, but at the same time, what that little girl mad at? You 9 years old. What you got to be so upset at? Now, remember, not too long ago, I think in one of my previous broadcasts, just a few days ago, I played, there we go. I played how white supremacists overthrew a government. And so they always understand how to use propaganda, and they use the media to do so. And so I'm going to go play this real quick. Actually, no, let me play this first. And this, what they called this was an anti-fascist video. Being black has nothing to do with fascism. Okay, let's cut it out.
Question whether we tolerate minorities. America is minorities, and that means you and me.
I happen to know the facts. Now, friends, I'm just an average American. But I'm an American. And some of the things I see in this country of ours make my blood boil. I see Negroes holding jobs that belong to me and you. Now I ask you, if we allow this thing to go on, what's going to become of us real Americans?
I've heard this kind of talk before, but I never expected to hear it in America.
And I tell you, friends, we'll never be able to call this country our own until it's a country without. Without what? Yeah, without what? Without Negroes. Without alien foreigners. Without Catholics. Without Freemasons. You know these people.
What's wrong with the Masons? I'm a Mason. Hey, that fella's talking about me.
I was born in Hungary. You are a Mason. These are minorities. And then you belong to other minority groups, too. Your right to belong to these minorities is a precious thing. You have a right to be what you are and say what you think, because here we have personal freedom. We have liberty. And these are not just fancy words. This is a practical and priceless way of living. But we must work at it. We must guard everyone's liberty, or we can lose our own. If we allow any minority to lose its freedom by persecution or by prejudice, we are threatening our own freedom.
Oh, okay. Now y'all remember when I played the other video, where he's saying, you know, how can we justify our feelings of superiority if the black folks got exactly what we got? Now, what did you just hear in that piece? You just heard a propaganda piece, kind of putting it out there like, hey, these Negroes with money is a danger to us. I keep telling you, when they start using them words like power and danger, that's the time for you to go on alert that they are on alert against you. Because trust me, when they start using the words power and potential danger, now how the hell is our success a potential danger? Oh, I'll tell you what, we're a real American. That means white supremacists. Come on, we know what that means. We're a real American. He was upset, wasn't he? Had to let you know with great vigor. You know how he say that N-word, don't you? He got to rev up into it. You know, I mean, if y'all ain't never been down here to Oregon, boy, you ain't never seen white folks that just can't, they live and die by being able to call you the N-word. I grew up with kids like that. I mean, it's unbelievable how important it is. This video, okay. So we're going to revisit
This book
this.
describes slavery.
The master often had a barbecue or a picnic for his slaves. Then they had a great frolic. Even while working in the cotton fields, they sang songs. The beat of the music and the richness of their voices made work seem light.
Yikes, that's from History of Georgia, a textbook published in 1954 that was taught across junior high schools in Georgia for decades.
Textbook. Catch that? Textbook, meaning it was taught in school as a curriculum. So the little 9-year-old Gretchen and Jenny, little Jenny, see, I need you to know that this is what your grandmother and your grandmother's grandmother did. So when you don't know quite about your own racial white supremacist history, well, here you go.
That sort of language is part of an intellectual movement called the Lost Cause, a distorted version of American Civil War history that's been prevalent in the South for a long time. It took shape soon after the defeat of the Confederate States in the war, when Southern historians like Edward Pollard and former Confederate General Jubal Early started preserving the South's perspective through their writings. They framed the Confederate cause as a heroic defense of the Southern way of life against the overwhelming forces in the North. That narrative has a few basic tenets: the glorification of Confederate soldiers who died for a cause they believed in, the belief that slavery was a benevolent institution, and maybe most importantly, that slavery was not the root cause of the war. The Lost Cause is one of the most notoriously effective efforts to rewrite history, and it was done by the losing side. So how did it become so deeply rooted in Southern memory? Blame the United Daughters of the Confederacy. The UDC was founded in Nashville in 1894 to preserve Confederate culture for generations to come. The women who made up the group descended from elite antebellum families, and they used their social and political clout to spread the pro-Southern version of the war as real history. You've probably seen their efforts to honor the Confederacy, but maybe you didn't know it was the UDC. They're the ones who...
Now, did you catch that? The real history line? What are they saying right now? Oh man, we're rewriting history. Well, the history that you told was a lie. But what did they do? They projected it. So what we're doing right now is projecting this false ideal, which of course, this is what liars do. But when you're such a demonic liar like these people are, this is how far you will go to make sure that Black folks stay oppressed.
Covered the Southern landscape with memorials for Confederate leaders and soldiers. They used their fundraising and lobbying skills to pressure local governments into erecting monuments in prominent public spaces like courthouses and state capitals.
Installed here next to the state capitol by the United Daughters of the Confederacy.
The United Daughters of the Confederacy donated this memorial to the city back in the 30s.
They put them along roadsides and in parks. Any place that was remotely relevant to the Confederacy was memorialized. By the early 20th century, the UDC had 100,000 members in chapters spread all over the country, but mostly in former Confederate states. And there's a reason they grew so quickly during that time.
So we're talking about roughly 3 decades after the end of the war, and the Confederate veterans themselves are beginning to die off. So there is this push to find ways to commemorate it, because the big challenge by 1900 was there's a new generation of white Southerners being born, and they never experienced the war years.
That push is visible. Most of the Confederate monuments were erected during the UDC's height of influence.
There's a rhetoric around monuments that we want to get this thing built before all of that generation has died off. And the reason we want it is to teach future generations about those men.
Dr. Karen Cox wrote the book on the UDC, and I asked her if it was fair to say the group established the Lost Cause as historical fact in the South.
Oh my God, yeah. They were the leaders of the Lost Cause into the 20th century, and they made it a movement about vindication.
Just to give you an idea of how effective they were, they successfully lobbied for a Confederate memorial in Arlington National Cemetery, which U.S. President Woodrow Wilson proudly unveiled to a cheering crowd. Now that's influence, right?
Monuments are the least of what they did.
What?
I mean, they are the most visible and tangible, but the work with children was far more influential.
It turns out a central UDC objective is shaping how children think about the war and their Southern heritage. One of their most powerful tools? Textbooks. Take a look at this pamphlet called A Measuring Rod for Textbooks. It was written by the illustrious Southern historian Miss Mildred Rutherford, an educator, orator, and author of Southern history textbooks. She's also very pro-slavery. The pamphlet announced the formation of a textbook review committee featuring prominent Southerners like 5 former Confederate generals. This group was committed to spreading the truths of Confederate history, so they instructed school boards to reject any textbooks that did not accord full justice to the South. And they urged libraries to deface every book in their collection that didn't measure up by writing the words "unjust to the South" clearly on its cover. This pamphlet was shared widely with school boards throughout the South, and UDC-backed committees closely monitored history books to make sure Northern influence never reached classrooms.
Let me point something out. Within this whole situation, notice that you're not hearing any of these people talk that are getting up in these meetings about critical race theory. They're not bringing this up. Have you heard this mentioned in any of those things that you have seen? They just conveniently leaving this whole conversation all the way out. Right? How's that working out? Because this is critical race theory. Somebody want to know what it is? This is what it is. But this is how they used it. See, they used it to spread propaganda and lie, still also making the projection of Black people being so inferior and being the protagonists and these evil, vile beasts that need to be contained at every opportunity to oppress, enslave, and have your way with the foundational Black Americans that, were freed because of the war. Not that somebody went down there and no, slavery clearly wasn't the main reason for the war. It's a money thing. Nobody likes us like that.
Core language of an approved textbook aligned precisely with that of the Lost Cause. Stuff like,
the Confederacy lost in the war between the states, but Georgia never forgot to honor her Confederate soldiers.
History of Georgia was on the UDC's approved list. It was also written by E. Merton Coulter, a self-described Southern historian and historian-described white supremacist.
They understand that how you educate, who wins the writing game, who wins the battle over history, ultimately wins the war. That's the big fight for the UDC.
But their work with...
Are you seeing what their problem is right now? Now think of how this is the timing of this. Hashtag never forget January 6th. Like the brother on Twitter. Is this you? Hey, for everybody who is up there on the hating end of CRT, is this you?
The children went further than the classrooms. The UDC formed an auxiliary group called the Children of the Confederacy, which was designed to get kids born in former Confederate states to actively participate in their version of history. Group leaders had kids recite call and response truths from something called the Confederate Catechism.
Oh, is that indoctrination out here? Is this what this is?
Children up to the age of 18 would compete and be rewarded for memorizing long passages of Lost Cause rhetoric.
So it would be like an after-school thing, like that was your club. You would go after school to the meeting of the Children of the Confederacy, and your leader might teach you songs of the South, like Dixie or other songs that were considered Southern patriotic songs. They would have them write essays.
Oh, 10 Little Niggers being one.
says go visit the veterans and learn this catechism.
Children were also the centerpiece of their community's monument unveilings, like this living flag at the dedication of the Stonewall Jackson Monument in Richmond. Yes, those are school children. The UDC's efforts shaped the identities of children who grew up with the lost cause. They made history personal, and that made their story last longer.
Generations of children learning that narrative.
They're making heroes out of anti-blackness. So that's that's literally what that is. You are literally making heroes out of anti-blackness. Can't nobody project nothing on us. Now, granted, this is the whole thing about they try. So I'm bringing this to a point. And that's why I'm going to play
in a variety of
so
ways grow up to be, segregationist in the 50s and 60s, because that's been drilled into them since they were children.
After
Joe Biden. So again, now did you just hear what that said? It'd been ingrained in them. Joe Biden was a segregationist. So meaning that these generations, and now what do you have with Hunter Biden? You got his emails showing you that hell, he still doesn't have no problem dropping the N-word like it's cool, correct? Apple don't fall far from the tree. You know? Jim Crow Joe. That's right. You know, his kids going to school with our kids. Turn it into a racial jungle. But he's still so much better than Trump. Jeez. I'm sorry. Y'all just deserve to get left behind. I mean, this just doesn't make any damn sense no more. But anyway, look at the picture. Look at the graphic. Now, she's projecting onto her what she wants her to be. So she wants to replace her negative energy and project it onto this other person. So then you both have, like what they say, misery loves company. Well, a liar always likes to make the other person that's sitting there with the truth look like them, a liar. So this is what we have right here. And this is what happens quite often, especially with us. Everything is a projection. So a misattribution of owns undesired thoughts, feelings, or impulses onto another person who does not have those thoughts, feelings, or impulses. Let's see, I guess a spouse, for example, a spouse angry at a significant other for not listening, when in fact it is he who is not listening. I would say he or she, but that's what it says here. But look at what we're dealing with now. And what's so funny is in our space, we have to be very careful to watch for the distractions that come our way. For instance, celebrate our Black athletes, but understand with the Olympics, our Black athletes can't go out there representing themselves in full. They have been warned not to. Any Black Lives Matter attire. Well, what does that really mean? But they did say, don't put that black fist up. Projective identification. Falsely attributing to another the feelings, thoughts, or impulses of self. What do we say? That's low-key narcissism. Absolutely. Tim Smore. Nail on the head. I mean, come on. This is what it is. I mean, we see this with white supremacists all the time. And this is why they're in our spaces. They're complaining about what we're talking about. They're complaining about how, you guys, you always talk about white supremacy. Why don't you talk about the things going on in your own community? Well, because you can't seem to leave my community the hell alone. If we could have our community without interference from you, that would be great. Do you see that happening, white supremacists? Because, I mean, for all intents and purposes, every time I'm interacting with a white supremacist troll, guess where it happens at? I didn't come to you. Because we consume your mind. Something that this nut Cynthia G just said earlier, and I heard, I don't even know why she's even still talking. It is so sad. We got to watch out for these people that look like us, but have total different agendas. And she's one I don't even believe is getting paid. I believe she is just that much of a lonely heart. I mean, but hey, in this black media space, in mainstream media, they all have stuff that we don't watch. I mean, they got stuff that not all of them watch. So, there's a market for everything. And, there's a lot of, actually, you'll find a lot of company in misery politics or in misery, the misery grift. You know what I'm saying? So, oh yeah, they love spying on us. They love spying on us. And they send their little minions. Unfortunately, they have people like who I was just talking about, kind of want to do some dirty work for Zaddy because they hate their baby daddy so much. Anyway, differing from simple projection by the fact that the individual doesn't fully disavow what is projected, rather misattributes them as justifiable reactions to the other person. Frequently, the individual induces those very feelings in the others that were believed to be there, making it difficult to untangle the situation. That is putting somebody at both ends of the argument. And then you shut us out who are speaking the truth. So then you just have two sides of something, just like what they did with Juneteenth and Father's Day. This Oprah Winfrey clout grift, the Hey Big Head call for black men, which was just weird. Oprah Winfrey, honoring our black kings. Say what? Man, I mean that's something like that. Almost seems like you'd be having wait, come on now. No, undo that. I don't want to delete that. How did I gotta get you back. How do I do that? Oh, okay. Okay, you're unhidden now, Tim some more. I don't know why they just did that. Okay, there you go. There you go. I'll see you back in the chat. Gotcha. All right. So, yeah, she's doing the Hey Big Head thing because, white supremacy breaks its tools when it's done with them. That's why Candace Owens is holding on by a thread. So she got to do everything. She's like, right now it's just clout. So, hey, just look at me. I'm still talking about him. You see, I'm worth something. Yeah. Not for long, sweetheart. And once that white man leave your ass, I guess you might want to hit up Omarosa, see what she's doing. Maybe y'all can hang out. Defense mechanism of distortions. Minor. Devaluation. Idealization. Omnipotence. The major. Autistic fantasy. Projective identification, splitting of self-image. And understand, and that's so true, Queen Adia. This is a narcissistic society. It is the do what thou wilt society. If you understand what that is, that's Aleister Crowley's phrase. Do what thou wilt. That's the spirit of it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. Well, in some cases, you may never get a chance to ask for forgiveness. And you may be doing something that somebody has no interest in forgiving you about. Always remember, that part is on them. And God may forgive you, they don't have to. Dysregulation, delusional projections, like, let's see. Oh, like black people are somehow purposely targeting Asians. Oh, YouTube is taking over my channel. What they doing? Are they in the chat? I got some people in the chat here. Oh, no. That was actually my mistake, Judah Queen. If you're talking about Tim Samore, that was my mistake. But I got the brother back. So, no, lots and lots of projections. Psychotic denial. Hashtag never forget January 6th. I mean, if you're talking about psychotic denial and psychotic distortion, it was thoroughly played out on January 6th. Shout out to Ashley Babbitt. Here's looking at you, kid. So, with that being said, God is a God of second chances, not me. Thank you, Buginas. Yeah, Judah Queen. Yeah, no, that was my bad. Because right as I was trying to clear his comment, because they are in my thing, fooling with his comments. So I had to, as I was trying to okay his comment, it literally hit him from the damn channel. Yeah, they don't like this. They don't like family time here. You know. Do y'all remember the one picture? Stop swirling. I know that's right. The one picture of the black. That's funny. It's so funny you said that. The picture of the black family that actually got flagged for hate speech. It was just a picture of a black family. Do y'all remember that? As I'm literally saying it, Queen Adia literally put "stop swearing" in the chat. Oh, see, that's the spirit. Good Lord. I hope y'all seeing what I'm trying to put down, and I'm just breaking it down. These what I just gave you was actual Freud. That was literally Freud. So if anybody's like, oh, this people don't know what he's talking about, blah blah blah. What I just read you was from Siegfried Roy, not Siegfried, Freud. So this is from his psychological studies. So I mean, hey man, you argue with him, not me. Don't be mad at me. I'm just here delivering the message. Which, we know that they hate the truth, because when you're a truth hater, there's not really much else left for you. All you can do at this point is just hate the truth and teach your children to do so, like we just seen with that little girl. And, somehow it was cool to have that little girl up there talking mad disrespectful about someone she doesn't know. Which I guess, people think that's cool. But I hope, for all of the people in the clips that y'all see out there of these racist Karens and, oh God, you know what? I do got to, let me play this, because I can't stand when they like using our folk. Or, well, let me just say better than this. Our folks like being used. You know what I mean? Our folks, some of them just really like being used. And like, oh man, let me get out here and basically let me get out here and just be subversive against my own people. Let's see, where is this at? Is this it? Okay. I'm sure y'all probably seen this nut.
I'm a mom of two, one who's in the Duval County public school system and one in private school thanks to school choice. I'm also a member of Moms for Liberty, representing thousands of parents. Just coming off of May 31st, marking the 100 years of the Tulsa riots, it is sad that we are even contemplating something like critical race theory, where children will be separated by their skin color and deemed permanently oppressors or oppressed in 2021.
I want y'all to take note of the wording that they keep trying to use. Y'all catching this? They keep trying to say that it's about skin color. No, it's about a content of character. Slavery ain't based on skin color. It's based on a group of people keeping another group of people in chattel slavery. Where the hell is the color scheme in that? I don't get it. Oh, well, we're just going to keep enslaved because you're this, and you can't be this because we just saw this weekend total dominance in sports. Total dominance. We don't have to sit up here and think we're some less than because of our black skin. No, we, again, like I said before, we feel that we have a problem with you because of your black heart. Evil and wicked is what makes you, not white.
That is not teaching the truth, unless you believe that whites are better than blacks. I have personally heard teachers teaching CRT, and we have had an assembly shut down because Duval County Public School System consultant thought it would be a great idea to separate students by race. This is unacceptable. CRT is not racial sensitivity or simply teaching unfavorable American history or teaching Jim Crow history. CRT is deeper and more dangerous than that. CRT, in its outworking today, is a teaching that there is a hierarchy in society where white, male, heterosexual, able-bodied people are deemed the oppressor, and anyone else outside of that status is oppressed.
Okay, and here's where I gotta call shenanigans. Okay, for all of my people in this chat, which I assume most are over the age of 30, you have heard something called the Old Boys Club. And if you're old enough to remember, before they cut the first word off, was Good Old Boys Club. You know where that goes all the way back to? That goes all the way back to them Jim Crow days, them good old boys. Good old boys, in a lot of cases, actually referred to the Klan. In one, you could actually, let's see, one reference you could say good old boys. Well, they did actually kind of put it in a movie, A Time to Kill. A Time to Kill. Good old boys. That's right. You know, when I was a kid, I used to love the Dukes of Hazzard show because, you know, watching the General Lee jump over stuff. They jump in a whole damn car over things. That was cool every week, you know. So I wanted the General Lee. And my mom went and bought me a General Lee. I was gonna go over to my grandpappy's house. My granddaddy said he can't bring that truck in here. He can't bring that car in here. I didn't know what was going on. No, he can't bring that here. He can bring all of his other toys here, but he can't bring that toy here. He was like, So I learned early about the General Lee and how he wasn't fooling with us and these good old racist Klansmen that ended up becoming senators. Strom Thurmond. Mentors to your president, Joe Biden, who is smart enough and savvy enough to get somebody with a decent enough tan to fool black folks into calling her black. Well, you just seen what she did to Nina Simone's family. Yep. Good old sister girl. Looking out for the folks. See, these type of people got to be stopped. And we have to make sure that we have to cut out all infiltration like this. This must go. You know what I mean? Yeah, Strom Thurmond. He was like he died at like one of the oldest. They had his little birthday, 100-year birthday party. He died shortly after that. And, I'm disavowing racism. Let me tell you, that's a political move. Ain't that leopard didn't change his spots, and neither did Joe Biden. If you all believe that, y'all some fools. But let's hear a little more of this. The scripted do nothing Negro talk here.
That's why we see corporations like Coca-Cola asking their employees to be less white, which is ridiculous. I don't know about you, but telling my child or any child that they are in a permanent oppressed status in America because they are black is racist. And saying that white people are automatically above me, my children, or any child is racist as well. This is not something that we can stand for in our country. And
Jeez. That's enough. So something I was watching a hearing that they were having in Washington about critical race theory. Do you know the main reason why they are so gung-ho about being against critical race theory is because of Tariq Nasheed's Hidden Colors. And it all made sense when I watched that hearing. I was like, that's the problem. Okay. Now I get it. Because, let's see, that's Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1804 and Buck Breaking. He dropped 7 movies on y'all. Add Jason Black's 3. Look at how they getting out there about this. Because these ain't no slave. Nobody gave a damn when they was putting Roots out, or 12 Years a Slave for that matter. That's all good, right? But them Hidden Colors was talking about, because they mentioned documentaries specifically. And every other documentary that has came out with their approval. Whose hasn't that got so much acclaim? So yeah, no one said permanently oppressed state. And that's such a lie. China is a predominantly white school. She thinks she has arrived until, okay. That makes total sense. Thank you for all of my Georgia people. See, the files on y'all could be read real quick. So this woman got her kid all up in a white school, and then, so she's being the safe Negro then. Okay, so she's playing the safe Negro role. I'm not gonna make Zaddy mad. It's like on Roots when the Shaft character, the dude who plays Shaft, he's dating. He was trying to marry Kizzy. His master got upset at him. I'm gonna have to play that at some point. His master got upset at him. He up there crying in front of Kizzy, almost like this fool down here in Alabama. What was it, Alabama? Queen Abadiah Shakur did a video on this dude yesterday, out there crying at the mall because they made him leave. Here's 2 things wrong with that. Number 1, he took his son to the mall to go get some Chinese food. Y'all, man, that's crazy, bro. I just came up here to get some Chinese food, bro. That's, oh, man, white man kicked me out the mall, bro. Oh, Jesus, baby, I don't know what's wrong. Come on, man. Oh, this damn crying. Oh, this damn crying. Because white folks put you out the mall? Jeez. Oh my Lord, all that crap. I never in a million years would I have thought I've been done like this, man. I mean, are you serious? Man, Atiana Jefferson was a medical student. Everybody they always mention, oh man, Breonna Taylor, she was a criminal. Yeah, they always conveniently leave out Atiana Jefferson. Why? Because she was a damn honor roll student in medical school. Ain't really besmirch her. So notice how they just conveniently leave her out the conversation? Oh no, she was killed by police too. At home. At home. It's cool, right? Man, let me tell you something. Don't let these people up here try to make you feel bad. And most definitely, anytime you see right now a black person coming out about critical race theory, you could just write that person off as they sold out a long time ago, and they was comfortable with being in that position. So it's all good. Yeah, stay where you at. You know what I mean? Stay where you at, because we don't need that. You have whole agendas. Oh, before I go, because I'm about to wrap up here. I just wanted to. Y'all already seen that. I'm not gonna play that, but just something I'm noticing as a coincidence. All of this uptick in shootings. These mass shootings and people just going ham. And I mean, hell, we just had a dude in Oregon who was shooting. Man, he killed his dad, killed a few people, then kidnapped a woman and made her drive him across country to Wisconsin so he could go turn himself in. But I just can't help but realize the timing. And, I guess I'll let somebody, so I don't get in trouble, I'll let somebody else say it for me. Let me see. Let me find this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so I'll let somebody else explain my correlation to this.
What's in the infusion? I'm not looking up all of the ingredients in the infusion. I am sticking out my arm and I am taking the infusion.
So, in other news, hey, how about it? So, like I said, it's just kind of crazy the timing of all of these shoot. Hey, Silent D. Oh Lord. Oh my Lord. Oh goodness. But yeah, I just, with all of this celebrated success of people getting infused, I just can't help but notice the uptick in these crimes. I mean, what a coincidence of timing. It must be the moon. Maybe the water. Ooh, I do got to put a banjo on that. First off, yeah, an infusion is an injection. What are you being infused with? Not an man. Well, is she wrong though? Oh boy, I can't get into that conversation here. Oh, by the way, which reminds me, go find me on Patreon. beatzillapdx. Oh boy. Because over here on this platform, we have to be careful because they don't like people like myself speaking on certain issues. So I'm careful. I'm careful. I'm just sticking out my arm and well, bless your heart. Well, with that being said, folks, I wanted to make sure that I just hit up the part. Man, yeah. I just wanted to hit up the projection aspect of how they do, and then actually just dive into what it is that they're projecting. And what it is narcissism. So they're trying to make us solo dolo. What's going on? B1, Black First, welcome, welcome. You know, they love projecting their vitriol for us, like we have it for them. And it's going to teach my children this, and it's going to teach them to hate. Y'all children already hate black folks because you hate black folks. So it's not going to be news for them. It's going to be news for other people's kids to be on guard. Protect your spirit. Protect yourself from these evil beings that are amongst you. There's nothing wrong with educating your kids with that clarity. You know, just like Dr. Francis Cress Welsing has said, there is a war on melanin. You understand me? And so when you have that war, man, you got to be clear. You got to be clear. These people don't mess with you. They mess with you in one way, and that is for your own destruction. Dig it? Let me see. Let me just play this real quick. I got that. Let me see. Yeah. Y'all gonna just stick out your arm and take the infusion? Oh, Lordy me. That is just too funny. I don't know what to say about that. Where is that? There it is. There we go. Always remember.
Massive movement is going on. Melanin is being destroyed. But the system of white supremacy says, I will be able, by offering grants, I will be able by offering jobs, to tell you that you are the cause of the death of black people. I'll be doing it, but I'll make you focus on yourself and try to figure out how you can destroy one another. I'll do it to you in Rwanda. I'll set up the Hutu and I'll set up the Tutsis. I will give each group all the weapons they need. And I say, now I have taught you to hate your melanated selves. Now you fight each other. I'll do it to you on the streets in Los Angeles. I'll set up one group, the Crips, and another group, the Bloods. I'll set up all kind of Muslim groups and say, fight each other. I know I can get you to do it because I have programmed you for thousands of years to hate black. But if we don't see that this war is on the table, we will go off focusing on something else altogether, and the slaughter will continue. So I say, and I know you've heard me say this before, that when I say that the system of racism, white supremacy, is the critical thing that we must focus on because that is what is waging war against us. The white people came up with a plan some years back, Global 2000, in which they said it's too many people of color on this planet. By the year 2000, it's necessary to get rid of 2 billion. They are about business. They are about serious business, removing as they deem necessary the people of melanin on this planet. If we do not understand and make an analysis that this is fundamental. It is this dynamic that is taking us out. Everything that we look at, everything else, I believe, and I could be wrong, but as it comes to me, it will be in vain. Everything that we are studying is important. Everything that we look at has high-level significance. But if we are not understanding this massive war and what is at stake, I believe we will not be able to apply our energy force in a laser-type manner so that we really begin to neutralize the war that is coming at us. To me, it is critically essential for us to develop or to articulate a new world order of
And that would be ours. And that new world order for us is the code. There is no one leader. It is the code. You understand? And with that being said, I will let the elders definitely close out this program. So, thank you once again for coming here with me, being here in the house at the beatzillapdx official show. You can follow me on Twitter at beatzillapdx. You can follow me on Instagram at beatzillapdx. And you can follow me on Facebook at beatzillapdx. Also Patreon at beatzillapdx official. And on Melanated People, you can find me at Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. If you have any questions, you can also email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if also you are feel so inclined to put some money on it, drop a few coins in the bucket by way of donation, you can definitely do so. All donations are greatly appreciated. Thank you in advance. You could do that at $, that's CashApp, $beatzillapdx. CashApp, $beatzillapdx. So, with that being said, Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall and let us rise. You know? So thank y'all for coming, hanging out with me today again. Hopefully this was, got you some education in. I like to drop these clips, because it's important that we hear from some of these grand scholars themselves. So people know that we just didn't make it up. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. And until next time, also please like and share this video. I don't know if it's shadow banned yet, but I do have a couple videos that I'm gonna try to I don't know, I might re-air one because I see that some have obviously been shadow banned. So I want to make sure that you guys see some of this stuff. So with that being said, I am going to let the elder take us on out.
You know who Satan is.
Yes, sir.
You don't have
Shalom,
to kill him.
y'all.
No. The stone of truth.
Yes.
See, that's what you throw.
Yes, right.
Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knocked out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man. and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.